Hi, I'm Sari, and thank you for joining me for another Pregnant Friendly Flow. Today, we're going to focus on supporting the pelvis by strengthening the glutes and the inner thighs. These muscles are crucial for allowing our pelvis to grow and stretch and widen while still being supported. So it should help lower back, leg, belly, everything. You will feel stronger, and if you continue to do some of these moves or just think about them throughout your day, and every now and then give yourself a couple of squats or give yourself a little leg squeeze, then you should find that your pelvis is more supported throughout your pregnancy. So let's get started by coming to a nice, comfortable seated position. As always, whatever position that is for you, whether it's on your knees, in a chair, that's fine. So just join me in a seated position. Let your eyes softly close and begin to turn your gaze inward. I'd like to place my palms down on my knees today to go internal and find a little internal strength. Relax the face, starting with the forehead, and just breathe naturally. Let any stress melt away from your forehead. Inhale a little deeper through the nose, sending the breath all the way to the belly. And on your exhale, your shoulders drop a little lower away from the ears. Inhale deep all the way into the belly, feeling that expanse. And on your exhale, you feel your hip points sinking into the earth. Relaxing through the hips, through the belly, through the legs. Continue to breathe. Take a moment to find your intention for today. Maybe something you can carry with you off the mat, as well as keep you going as a reference point during your flow. Inhale deeper. Remind yourself of that intention, and on your exhale, solidify that intention in your body. And begin to slowly flutter your eyes open. Inhale the arms overhead. Let that belly expand, keeping those shoulders down away from the ears. Chin is neutral, looking forward. Reach up with the fingertips, feel a gentle stretch. Engage the core by drawing the navel towards the spine, wrapping those transverse abdominis around the baby and lifting up. Engage the pelvic floor. Feel the floor lifting. It should be a real lifting motion all the way from your hip points through your fingertips. Lift up. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Release the hands down through heart center. Plant them on the mat and meet me in all fours. Inhale, drop the belly for a little cat-cow. You can send the chin up. Make sure you're pushing through your palms and not sinking down. Exhale, round through the shoulders, round through the spine. And lengthen. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Back to neutral. So we talk about wrapping the baby with our muscles, holding the baby, engaging the core and the pelvic floor. That's going to be important for all the moves that we do, really anytime you're doing anything strengthening. Most people recognize that you want to work on an exhale even when you're not pregnant. So you might think, But really what we want to do when we're pregnant is first engage and then move. So we're going to extend our right leg, but first we're going to inhale, let the belly feel expansive. And on the exhale, we're going to draw the navel in and up. Engage the pelvic floor and extend that right leg. Keeping the pelvic floor engaged, keeping those muscles working in that belly, holding in. Flex that foot, press that heel through the floor. And just pulse here for a couple of moments. Really thinking about that engagement in the belly, thinking about that glute. Just pulse. On every exhale, you're remembering to engage the pelvic floor and draw that navel in. Don't let yourself sink down. Just keep that pulsing, keep that heel flex nice and strong. And 3, 2, 1, point the toe, flex. Now draw that right knee towards that right elbow in a fire hydrant-like motion and make a nice circle. Extend. Inhale when you get to the back, exhale, wrap. And break that circle. Couple more. 3, 2, and 1. Extend it. Point that toe again. Feel that inner thigh engage when you point that toe, really drawing that knee towards the floor instead of letting it open up. Inhale, exhale, lower down to your forearms, relax the foot. Flex the heel, and we're going to drop it down and raise it up. Keeping that core engaged. Keeping those toes pointed down so you're getting that glute and that inner thigh. 3, 2, 1. You can bend that knee here and just reach for the sky and just press and hold. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Notice the difference between your left and right hips now. Just enjoy a gentle arching back here. Exhale, release. Come back up to your palms. Inhale. On your exhale, start to engage the core. Keep it a nice square here with your hips up. We're going to drop down like a chaturanga. Inhale if you're comfortable to a cobra. Exhale, push back through the knees into downward facing dog. Inhale deep, you can bend the knees here. Exhale, really pressing that chest to that floor. Inhale, push through the palms. Exhale, maybe walk through heels. Inhale, last exhale. And on your inhale, we'll drop our knees back down and go over to that left side. So again, pressing through the palms. Inhale, let the belly be full. Exhale, wrap that muscle right around that baby. Holding that navel in. Sending that left leg back. Heel. It's flexed. Feel that stretch and pulse. Keeping that navel drawing in. Keeping that glute engaged. All of the glutes, including the glute medius, which we'll get to a little bit too, are so important for neutralizing that pelvis, keeping it stable. Keep it going. Keep pressing through that heel. Couple more. 3, 2, 1. Point the toes stretched out long. Check back in with your posture. Flex that foot and exhale, bring it around like a fire hydrant. Inhale, exhale, wrap the belly and bring it around. 3, 2, 1, and back. Point that toe, drop it down. Flex the foot. Coming back to these kicks, really getting that glute and that inner thigh on this one. Hands are relaxed. Weight is evenly distributed between your elbows and your knee. Knees facing down and not out. Three, 2, 1. Bend the leg, press it high. Engage the core and press. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Send your knees nice and wide. And if you want to walk it all the way back for child's pose, you can. If your belly's getting pretty big, sometimes it's just better to stay upright. And just relax. Blood's flowing, increasing circulation around your hips and your pelvis. So good for you and your baby and your body, both now, through delivery, and post. All right, inhale, bring it back up to all fours. On your exhale, start to wrap the belly. Lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send that right heel high. Keeping that foot flex, toes pointed down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step it through. Find a nice wide lunge here. You're up on your back toes. Weight in the right heel. You can almost lift your toes off the mat if you want to. Inhale, rise into crescent. Really think about drawing that right hip back, pushing that left hip forward. Slight tuck of the tailbone here so you're not too arched back. Nice straight position. Deep bend in that front leg. Engage the glutes. Engage the core. Bring your arms up. So your biceps are by your ears, but your shoulders relax away. Inhale, feel that reach again. Exhale. Engage the core. Inhale, reach. Let that belly open. Exhale. Wrapping that belly in, up. Engage the pelvic floor. Upward motion. Inhale, we're going to bring our right heel up off the mat and just lower it back down. Inhale, belly soft. Exhale, rapid lift. Keep it going. Keep thinking about drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. Lift. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. Lower down to that left knee. Right leg comes back. Inhale, exhale, start to engage. Lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back through the knees, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right heel comes high. Reach. Exhale, reach it forward. Finding that nice wide stance here. Making room for your hips, thinking about glute engagement. Power through the legs as you rise. Inhale, soften the belly. Exhale, set yourself up. Make sure your hips are where you need to be. Drawing back with the left, pushing forward with the right. Sink it low. Inhale, arms up high. Think about lengthening, opening the belly. Exhale, engage the pelvic floor, lifting the stomach in and up. All the way lifting motion here. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, soften the belly, and on the exhale, lift that left heel and lower. Think about squeezing the thighs together. You can bring your hands to heart center if you want. You can place them on your hips if you need. You can hold on. Whatever works for you in your phase of pregnancy, in your journey. Lift and lower. And lower. Lift and lower. Keep drawing back with that left hip and forward with that right. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands down to the mat. Right knee lowers, left comes back to meet the right. Inhale, exhale, wrap the belly, engage the core, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale through the mouth and surrender. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Bring that left heel up again. On your exhale, step it through. Inhale to rise. Exhale against the heart center. Set yourself up. Check in with your stance. This is another one. We're going to move here into warrior 3. So if you've got a chair or a wall, that'll be perfect for a little extra balance here. We're going to inhale. Look down towards the mat on your exhale. Engage your core and send that left leg high. And you can be here. You don't have to be at a full parallel. You can reach out for your chair. This is really great. Right here. Whatever you need. Whatever feels comfortable for you. But you want to keep all of the pressure light in your fingertips wherever they are. You don't want your left hip opening. You want it closed. This is about power in that right leg and in this left glute here. So keep it going however you need. Keep that core engaged. 3, 2, 1. And just come to rise. Plant those feet. Inhale, arms up overhead. Feel that reach on your exhale. Release your hands down to Tadasana. Inhale, relax the belly. Relax the low back and the glutes. And on your exhale, wrap the belly in and up. Engage the pelvic floor and hold. Keeping that core engaged. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Great to use a block here if you want to help you step it back. Lower the knees. Inhale, exhale, engage the core. Lower down. Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send that left leg high. Reach that heel towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, step it through. Find your stance. Inhale, rise with power. Squeezing those legs together. Making sure your hips are in alignment. Inhale, the belly is soft. Reach with the fingertips. Exhale, shift the gaze. Shift the weight. Gonna have to step it back here. You can go slow. Slow the foot and find your strength. Keeping those toes pointed towards the ground. 3, 2, 1, and rise. Use a chair if you need, whatever you want. Inhale, soft. Exhale. Release down to Tadasana, relaxing everything. Inhale, relax the belly, and on your exhale, draw the navel in and up. Engage the pelvic floor. Inhale the arms overhead, exhale forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Drop the knees. Inhale, power through the hands. Exhale, engage the core. Draw the navel up. Think about your intention as you slowly lower down to Chaturanga to up dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees. Push it back into child's pose for just a second. Surrender to the mat. Inhale and think about opening the hips. Think about sending expansive breath to your hips and your pelvis. On your inhale, really think about relaxing that pelvic floor, letting it blossom like a flower. Relaxing the pelvic floor is just as important as strengthening it. Sometimes more if you're kind of an uptight person who's always pinching and holding it in. We're reaping the benefits of the increased blood flow here. Last breath. Inhale, look forward. Come back to all fours. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Engage that core again. Hold it in. Inhale. Exhale. Push it back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Send that left heel high. Reach. Exhale. Step it forward. Find your stance and inhale, rise to crescent. More powerful every time you do this. Inhale, check your stance, check your hips. Go ahead and let that left leg bend into a nice squat here. Powering down through those left balls of the foot and the right heel. Feel the power here. Watch out for the knee. Make sure you're not straining it one way or another. Inhale, let the belly be soft. Exhale, rise. Engage the core now, wrapping it as we move, keeping it engaged this whole time. Really think about lifting the pelvic floor, engaging it. Lift. A couple more. Nice. Go ahead and open that left foot out, heels kind of a 45. Open the arm in a warrior 2. Relax the belly, but keep a good stance here. Nice opening in the left hip. Deep in the front leg. Inhale, soft belly. Exhale, engage. Inhale, reverse and reach. Exhale, lower that right to that right knee. Sweeping the arm in front of you. Gazing up. We're soft here in the belly. A little strong in this QL, in this back muscle. Holding you up so you're not completely collapsing to that right knee. Really think about opening the chest towards the sky. Breathe in for an expansive breath. One more inhale, and on your exhale, really think about keeping those legs perfectly still as you rise. Inhale, we're going to pivot on those back left toes, back to that crescent. Inhale, reach, exhale, look forward, press to the palms, step it in a little if you need to, and let that back leg float. Warrior three. Inhale, exhale, use all your strength to rise to Tadasana and slowly plant that left foot. Inhale, soft belly release. Exhale. Inhale, soft belly on your exhale. Engage that pelvic floor. Wrap that belly. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, drop the knees. Inhale, exhale, engage the pelvic floor in the core before you move. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, that left heel comes high, reach. Feel that length from your hands to your heel. Exhale, step it forward, power in the legs. Inhale to rise. Inhale, soft belly. Exhale, engage the core. Bend that right knee. Lift and lower. Keeping the core engaged this whole time. Keeping that pelvis tilted slightly forward. Weight in that left heel so you can really feel it in this left glute. But you're still getting a nice stretch in that right thigh. Think about squeezing those legs together. Power through the heel when you rise. Lifting the pelvic floor and the core. 3, 2, 1. Open up that heel in a warrior 2. Inhale, soft belly. Exhale, soft belly. Opening that right hip. Feeling calm and equanimous in this warrior 2. Relax the face. Inhale, flip that left palm. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, exhale. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm sweeps overhead. Again, almost pinching those elbows or those shoulder blades back behind you. So you can open the chest towards the sky. Engaging this muscle. So we're not collapsing our left leg. Inhale, reach, find that length and that strength in both legs. Should feel it a little bit on your left inner thigh here too. Inhale, reach, exhale, open. Inhale, exhale, back up to warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, engage that pelvic floor and that core. Rotate on that right heel. Crescent. Inhale, reach, check your position, hips, everything. Look down, shift that weight slowly forward until you come into whichever version of a warrior 3 works for you. Hold. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, point those toes down, and exhale, rise. Slowly plant that right foot down. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, and on your exhale through your mouth and relax everything. Inhale, feel your heartbeat. Exhale, slow it down a little. Revisit your intention. honor the strength and stability of your body in this perfect pose. Inhale, relax the belly, and on your exhale, engage the pelvic floor and the core. Inhale the arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step it back. Drop the knees. Inhale, power. Exhale, wrap. And then lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send that left leg high. Exhale, step up forward. This time, just bend that left knee to meet the right. Step it really wide, wider than your mat, toes out. Looking for a nice Malasana squat here. Think about squeezing the inner thighs, pressing the knees into the elbows, and your elbows are subsequently matching the force for this isometric hold. Engage the pelvic floor. Think about that lift. Lift through the chest. If you have trouble with this pose, you can always prop your heels up on a pillow, roll the mat up a little bit. I think this is such a good one to really open up. On every exhale, you should be thinking about engaging that pelvic floor, squeezing, and relax. Plant the palms, walk your feet out, and find your way to standing. So this next move, we're going to kind of step out of our flow here for a second. This next move is so good for your glutes. You can use a block or a stair, whichever you've got. But a block is kind of the perfect height. You're just going to place your right foot on the block or the stair, and look how that automatically shifts your right hip up. What we're going to do this whole time is work on that shift, but on the leg that's kind of hanging. So first, power through both legs and try to keep them nice and steady as you lift up. Now you're here. Think about keeping those hips nice and level. And go ahead and drop, keeping that leg nice and straight. Drop that left hip towards the floor so you can feel that movement there. You've got a little bit of right hip poking out. That's that glute medius. So that's what we're wanting to strengthen here by a lower and a lift. We're just going to keep doing this. Keep that core engaged, belly drawn in and up. Just keep this going. Start to feel it after a little bit. Just keep thinking about that glute medius. Both hips are engaged here. So you're drawing that down and up. This is really going to help support that low back. So I recommend doing these kind of early. So by the time you get to your third trimester, when it starts getting real heavy, got it nice and strong. Starting to burn. Going to go a little longer. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lower it down nice and slow. Bring that left foot across that right foot across that left leg. And just sort of squat yourself down. Really nice to hold onto a chair for this one, but if you don't need to and you just want to prayer position hands, you can do that too. A little extra strength in that left leg. Just be sure you're paying attention to what's happening with your hips. You really don't want to drop that hip here. The point is to keep it nice and level to get that stretch in that glute medius here. Last breath, inhale, exhale, relax, and stand. We'll shift the block over. Step it up. Come to that left side. And just get right after it. You'll notice I'm not bending my knee here. Just doing a little hip drop, hip lift. Drop, lift. Just try to keep the breath nice and long and steady. This is also really good to help you determine if one side's a little weaker than the other. It starts to burn sooner or later. That can mean a lot of things for your knees, for your hips, for your back even, just uneven support. Keep it going. Keep that core engagement the whole time. This is another good one if you're out and about doing stuff. Take a few minutes here and there to hit the stairs. All right, a couple more. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower it down. All right. Holding on again. This time we will take our left leg over our right and sit it back. Again, find the position that you want. You'll try to find some gentleness in this pose, even though this is a pretty intense stretch, especially right after doing that exercise. Just try to find some relaxing breaths to send the air and the energy right to that spot. And inhale, rise. Awesome. Now we just want to step it wide. Toes are pointed slightly outward, coming into our goddess pose. Inhale, reach, find some length in the torso, and on your exhale, we're going to sink deep into these hips. I like to bring my palms up, my hands out. Check your hips, make sure you're not doing a sway back. We got a nice tilt here. We're going to do a couple of pelvic tilts first. It's a little bit of a tuck under. On the exhale, really drawing that navel towards that spine, lifting that pelvic floor. Knees are pointed out. Squeezing the legs. Little pelvic tilt. This is really good for your TBA. You should be kind of feeling it in that like hip cuts point. A few more. 3, 2, 1. Stay deep. Sink a little bit lower. Maybe rock back and forth. Think about those thighs. Think about those inner thighs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, rise. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, rise. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Exhale, sink it down again. And hold. Tilt that pelvis forward just a little bit. Check in with your toes. Make sure you've got nice even weight on your left and right foot. Imagine this pose as a contraction. And you're going to breathe through it. One more breath. Inhale to rise. Point those toes forward. And on your exhale, with a nice flat back, think about sending your hips towards the back wall and your arms forward. Keep a gentle bend in your knees so you're not locking them out. Sending those arms forward. Keep that neck nice and neutral, right between the biceps. And just think about squeezing the legs together again. You're using your core and your back to hold you in this position. Inhale, exhale, hold. Inhale, reach, exhale, forward fold. Really nice. Just walk your heels a little wider, whatever's comfortable. We're just going to sink down into that left hip. You can pivot so your right heel is off the floor here. You bring it all the way down if you wish. You just want to get a little stretch in that right thigh. Right inner thigh stretch here. Again, I know I've talked about it. We are stretching these muscles out since we just worked them. We're not really looking for extra length. You're not trying to find your edge. You're just trying to let them relax a little. If you want, you've got a little extra space. You can inhale that right arm to the sky, open that chest. Think about releasing. Exhale that hand back down. We're just going to walk it over to the opposite side. Find your comfortable spot. Inhale. Exhale, relax that inner thigh. Send that breath and that energy right there. Inhale the left arm up. Inhale, expansive belly. Exhale, bring it down. Let's bring it down. Right back into the middle here. Toes point forward. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Engage the core. Let your hands find your low back. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, squeeze those legs together and rise with a flat back. Checking out pelvis. Walk those feet back together. Face the front of your mat. Nice wide stance here. We're going to drop down to that Malasana squat. Inhale, soft belly. Exhale, engage the core. Sink it down. All the way down. Awesome. Not too much effort here. We're just going to relax and surrender in this Malasana squat. Breathing. Feeling calm and equanimous. Grateful for our bodies. Relax the hands back behind you. Come to a nice seated position. Bring that left leg in. Send that right leg long. A little Janu Sirsasana. And reach towards that leg. Inhale. Reach the arms up high. And on your exhale, fold it forward. Really try to keep your shoulders square toward that knee. And a flat back here. So even if your hands are just on either side, just try to keep a flat back, square towards your leg. Relax through the neck here, though you don't want to be looking up. Inhale, send the breath to the back of your lungs, in between your shoulders. And on your exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, breath to the back of the lungs, relaxing the neck. And exhale, maybe a little deeper. Awesome. On your inhale, walk your hands back up. Tuck that right foot in. Bring that left over that right. And find that figure four stretch again. You can just relax and dip here to find the right amount of stretch for you. Think about really pushing that knee away from your body to deepen that stretch in that medius. Release that left leg long. Bring that right foot in for Janushasana on the left side. Inhale the arms nice and wide. Exhale, fold it forward. Let your arms fall where they're comfortable. Inhale, expands. Exhale, lower ever slightly. Relax through the face and through the shoulders. Inhale between your shoulder blades. Exhale, drop your chest towards your knee a little further. Completely relaxing in this position. Sealing in the benefits of the practice. Inhale, expands. Exhale, release. Inhale, walk the hands back up. Bend that left knee. Bring that right over that left. Press. If you want to really indulge in the stretch, you can drop your head back. Just make sure you're cradling your neck with your shoulder blades and focusing that stretch on that gluteus on the right side. And releasing that right leg. Setting ourselves up for our final resting pose today. I actually brought a pillow. You can use your block between your knees. So many things you could do here. Just find your comfortable position. Let your eyes relax, close. Inhale slowly and send the breath to your toes. Bring the awareness to one of your big toes and see if you can make the tiniest movement with just that toe. Honor the precision and control that you have over your own body. Now inhale and send the energy and awareness to your fingertips. Find some gentle movement in your fingers. Inhale and let your awareness open to the room, to all your surroundings. Inhale, send that top arm and leg long for a stretch. And on your exhale, slowly walk yourself back up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed for as long as you can. Walk your sit-bones out, feel nice and supported still by the earth. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. See if you can remember what your intention was. What have you learned about your body through the movement today that you can take with you along with your intention off the mat? We're strong. We're stable. And this pregnancy journey requires so much mental and physical strength. And we derive that strength from within, as well as from our surroundings, our friends, our support system. May we honor the strength inside of us and know that it will be exactly what we need to get through this journey. Inhale deep into the belly and into the chest and feel the expansion on your exhale. Just relax one more time. Let a smile crest your lips as you gently flutter your eyes open. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.